Yo, what's going on, everybody? My name's Chase. Welcome to ChasePacks. In today's video, we were taking a look at Pokemon's Sword and Shield era, specifically the main sets that brought us alternate art cards. Alternate art cards are some of my favorite cards that Pokemon has to offer. And Sword and Shield's about to be 2 eras behind us. Mega Evolutions is releasing in August, if I remember that correctly. So again, Sword and Shield just getting older and older. These cards they're beautiful arts. All these alternate art cards. Love these cards. So let's jump straight into it. Again, we're doing just the main sets that carried alternate art cards, so everything from Silver Tempest back to Battle Styles. So Silver Tempest box here, it is $360 market price. It is one of the cheaper booster boxes that Sword and Shield has to offer. I would say mainly because the Lugia V, which we'll get to here, is kind of the only chase card in the set. It is an amazing card, but other than that, the set lacks other big hitter cards. But market price 360 is up 33% on the 3-month chart. Selling here at the beginning of April for 270, stayed in that range until the beginning of May, shot up to 358 real quick, dipped back down to 338, right back up to 360 again. So Silver Tempest, I do like Silver Tempest. I am looking to pick up another box of this or two. I think it's I still think it's a good price to get into. Getting in that, that's just my opinion, guys. But I like Silver Tempest. I do. I mean, granted, if it didn't have the Lugia V, I wouldn't like it at all. But the Lugia V is such an awesome card to me. Right here, this is an amazing artwork. Really, really like this card. Again, one of my favorite cards of the entire era. Market price $259, down about 9% on a 3-month chart. In the beginning of April, selling for like $284, and it's just all the way down to $260. So, I mean, a pretty significant drop for it, really, which I'm kind of surprised by. But again, Lugia V, beautiful, beautiful card. Really like that card. Lost Origin, really climbing here, as you can see by the chart, really climbing here lately. $502 market price. Beginning of April, $386. Here we go again. Beginning of May, $392. Shot up. Beginning of June, $539. It is tracing back down a little bit. Last 2 items sold were at $508. Obviously, from Lost Origin, the Giratina V, another amazing card from this set. Market price $508, costs as much as a booster box does. $629, the beginning of April. Really, really, really dipping down though. Last sold $509. So wouldn't call that a reasonable price for the card, but it's definitely a better price than it was at the beginning of April at $629. So Astral Radiance, I think an undervalued set. I like Astral Radiance. Market price $395, up 48% on the 3-month chart. Beginning of April, $268. Just like the last 2 sets, as soon as May hits, shoots way up to $410. And just kind of riding right there. Not a whole lot of items sold, at least here on TCG Player, but they're all in the low 400s for Astral Radiance. The Machamp V alternate full art is the top chase card. At least the most expensive card in the set. I shouldn't say top chase. Everybody has their own opinion on the top chase, right? But 140 market price is down 15% on the 3-month chart. So it was 166 the beginning of April, and looks like the low point here was around 139. Last sold 141. So I really do like the Machamp V. It is, it's just a nostalgic card for me. Machamp, that base set unlimited Machamp. I personally love it. I know it's like a meme nowadays, but a nostalgic card for me. I like it a lot. Brilliant Stars, market price $398, up 48% on the 3-month chart. Beginning of April, $290. Box shot up to $432 at the end of May here, and stayed in the 430s. Not a whole lot of items sold here, at least on TCG Player as of recently. But Brilliant Stars is also a really nice set. There's a lot of nice cards in Brilliant Stars. A great looking card again. Charizard alternate full art, $201 market price, down 8% on the 3-month chart. Up here around 216 the beginning of April, dropped way down to 183 in the beginning of May, back up to 204 in June, and then just kind of hovering around that $200 price range. Last sold 197, 2 items sold. So Fusion Strike, we all know this set went crazy. It was like everybody had a video on Fusion Strike, like it was like a month ago, but it is an awesome set, and the box art is phenomenal on this card. Market price $704. We'll take a look at the recently sold ones, though. We'll see how much they're actually selling for. They could be selling for $704. I haven't been checking up on this set very much as of late, but it's up 50. The booster box is up 56% on the 3-month chart. Beginning of April, it was $475. We hit May, just like a lot of these other boxes. As soon as we hit May, shoots up $792 at the beginning of May, and it's dipping back down here. So the last item sold was $742, just as a couple days ago. So Fusion Strike, a really nice set. Really do enjoy it. Obviously, the Gengar alternate art is the top chase, is the most expensive card in the set. Market price $584. It was selling at the, if you see here, it was selling at the beginning of April for $642. Really dipped down here the middle of May, $578, 6 items sold, and kind of hovering in that $580, $585 range right there. But this is a beautiful card. Crazy how expensive that card is nowadays. Evolving Skies, we know what Evolving Skies is, right? It's an amazing set that's super expensive, as it should be. It deserves it. It's an amazing set. Market price, $1,900, up 44% on the 3-month chart. Just at the beginning of April, it was $1,300. Here we go again, beginning of May, $1,400 at the beginning of May, and now we're sitting around $1,800. The last 6 items sold was $1,882.22. Again, that was like 2 days ago, 6 items sold. So not cheap, but it's just such an amazing set. So what are these selling for here? Oh, won't let me scroll. That's okay. We'll skip that part. The Umbreon VMAX. This is the top chase card of the Sword and Shield era. No surprise to anybody. Market price $14.50 essentially. Down about 14% on the 3-month chart. Middle of April was around $17.48, and it's been going down pretty drastically. Last 2 items sold, they sold for $14.66 on the Moonbreon here. But a beautiful card. Don't really need to say much more about that. Really beautiful card, though. Chilling Reign. I know this set is super hard to pull the top hits from this set, but I really do like Chilling Reign. I love the design of the set name. I love the booster box art. I love the pack art. The name Chilling Reign's cool. And some of the cards in here are great looking. I really do like Chilling Reign as a set. I just know it's not worth opening. I know it's not worth opening, but I really do like the booster box. I'm just talking about the artwork. The artwork's phenomenal in this box. $414 market price, up 31% on the 3-month chart. You could pick up a box of this at the beginning of April for $316. Middle of May, $441. Just kind of staying in that same area. I mean, $441, like I said, at the beginning of May, you could get it for $418. Looks like the last 2 items sold were sold for $414. So Chilling Reign, it will eventually be a $1,000 booster box. How soon, I don't know. So, you know, $414. This is a box that I do not have any Chilling Reign. I do want a booster box of Chilling Reign for sure. I'm not one of those investors that buys cases at a time. I buy booster boxes here and there. And if you haven't heard me say it already, like, these boxes for me are part of my collection. And, you know, obviously they go up in price, so I guess you can call it an investment as well. But really, really do like Chilling Reign. Beautiful, beautiful artwork all around in that set. The Blaziken is the top performing card in the set. Market price $360, down 6% on the 3-month chart. Looks like I had a high here of $382 at the beginning of April, and just steadily going down. Let's see what the last ones sold are. Last ones sold were, as a couple of days ago, $363 for the Blaziken alternate art here. Cool card. To be honest with you, though, one of my least favorite cards we have on this list today. All right, last main set that carried alternate arts for the Sword and Shield era is Battle Styles, the most affordable, well, yes, the most affordable box that we have on the list today. So $203 market price, which is just crazy. I mean, I get it. You know, Battle Styles is not a popular set, but the fact that this set is the same price as like Journey Together right now, it just blows my mind. I'm just, you know, maybe not obviously, but for $200, I'm buying Sword and Shield Battle Styles before I buy Journey Together, before I buy Sword and Shield base. any of these sets hovering around $200 in the Scarlet and Violet era, I'm just going for the older set. Anyway, $203 market price, up 11% on the 3-month chart. Beginning of April was 183. Crazy to think about. Then yeah, May it's on the up climb like the rest of these boxes. June, 4 items sold, $206, and as of today, $203 and 11 items sold for Battle Styles. One of my favorite cards from the era. I've said that about almost all these cards, but they are amazing cards. I love these alternate arts. Again, the Tyranitar V market price 185, down about 12% on the 3-month chart. Looks like it had a high here at the middle of April for $216, and we're just steadily going down. And then as of yesterday, 1 item sold, $187. Really, really like Tyranitar as a Pokemon. Really, really like this card a lot. This is a card that I almost pulled the trigger on recently. It was around the 190-ish range when I was looking at it, and then now that it's down to 187, it might level out around there, but I'm gonna give it another week or two and see what it does before I try to pull the trigger on this one. But beautiful card. All right, guys, Sword and Shield is one of those eras for me that is just it's an iconic era in Pokemon for me. The sets, I love the sets. I love the alternate art cards there. It's like I said at the beginning of the video, some of my favorite arts that Pokemon has to offer. And Sword and Shield as an era is already 6 years old, and then you know how this hobby goes. We're gonna blink an eye. This set's gonna be 8 years old. All these boxes are gonna be $500 plus. A handful of these, 3 or 4 of these are gonna hit. Not including Evolving Skies, gonna hit $1,000 a box, and it's gonna be 2 eras behind us. And everybody's gonna go, oh, I wish I would have got into this when it was a reasonable price, not just including the sealed product. I'm talking about some of these cards, right? Because these cards are just they are just an amazing artworks on these cards. And the census I get from people, at least in my circle, when it comes to Sword and Shield, not a whole lot of complaints about Sword and Shield. It was a good time in the hobby. Everybody really enjoyed the sets, it seems like, and the hobby wasn't as on fire as it is today. Sets were affordable, and it was a fun time in the hobby, and not a lot of people had a sour taste in their mouth about it. But with these newest sets coming out, it's really, myself included, it's really easy to get caught up in chasing the newest set. It's really easy to want to spend all your money on Destined Rivals, because Destined Rivals is an amazing set. But I always have to stop myself and think about, let's look at the last era. What are those cards doing? What is that sealed product doing? Is it at an affordable price right now where I want to pick up some things here and there? I always try to stop myself because I get hyped up. I was hyped up about Black and White, not near as much as I was about Destined Rivals, and I always just have to stop myself and take a look back. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you want to see more of these videos, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.